Every couple that books a call with me starts with the same wrong question. They ask me, which resort should I get married in? And that's not the first question you should be asking. The first question is, which country? And today we're going to walk you through exactly how I answer that question with my clients. So let's pretend you're on a call with me. And by the way, you want to be on a call with me. I'm Suli. I'm a destination wedding planner. I've been doing this for over 10 years. And so, hello, I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. We're on our call. You see me talking, and I'm talking with my hands. This is what I do. And I ask 5 filter questions to my clients that helps me narrow down that search for them for their destination wedding, because I know exactly how you feel right now. You're like, I want a destination wedding, but like, is it Mexico? Is it Punta Cana? Is it Jamaica? Like, where do I even start? Like, how do I even start? And then each one of these places has 30,000 different resorts in them, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to cause drama. It's going to cause stress. It's going to cause a lot of issues. So let's get into how I filter it down. And maybe this will help you narrow down your options. Filter number 1, guests travel first. Okay? This is important. Before you fall in love with a place, look at who has to get there. If you're in a tri-state area, great. So are most of your guests. That means there might be direct flights from JFK or Houston or whatever, right? But that matters very much more to some people than others. If you are traveling with guests from all over the United States, Cancun, Mexico has the most direct flights from multiple locations. Whereas if you want to have a wedding in Jamaica, I have to travel now to another airport, which is even farther away from my house, just to get to your wedding. And I'm probably not going to want to do that. Okay. Punta Cana is close behind. Some islands look gorgeous online, but your 70-year-old aunt isn't going to do a 4.5-hour layover just to get there. Plus the 2-hour ride when you get there to get to the actual resort. And I know that this is real personal to me because my family flew in from Puerto Rico to be there for my wedding and I didn't even get to see them. And I feel like that travel friction steals time away from people. And I think you don't want to start off with this negative vibe for your wedding just because of that location. So really, that's filter number 1. And then filter number 2 is going to be the budget. Obviously, budget is going to play a big part in where you're going to have your wedding. The rule that I give all my clients is the farther away you have to travel, the higher the budget needs to be. Okay? That's just, the natural way of things. The other way to go over budget is the clearer the water, the higher the price, right? So if you want that turquoise, crystal clear, like you put a water bottle and pour it out and it's clear water, that comes at a premium. Not just for your wedding, but also for your guests. So when you add the fact that these locations that have better beaches and clearer water, we start there, then you start talking about transportation, and you start talking about flights. This is going to add up, especially for your guests, and that might dissuade them from going, right? So I'm not saying that the other locations that are closer, Mexico or Punta Cana are cheaper, in that they're cheap, but they're just, because they're easier to get to, they are less expensive overall. Filter number 3 is going to be food experience. In another video, I talked about food on destination weddings and specifically which place I would not recommend you going. I'll put the link for that video down below. But I ask about food on every call because it is so important. I know for a fact that weddings are hit or miss based off of the food everybody keeps talking about. People still to this day talk about the food at my wedding. I'm like, really? That's all you remember? But okay, great. But if you give them a beautiful beach and you give them a nice hotel and you give them a great experience, but all they keep talking about is, oh my God, the food was horrible. Oh, I didn't eat anything for 3 days. It's going to ruin the moment, isn't it? And not for nothing, but I've spoken to a few couples who are foodies, and yeah, We want good quality food. So if you want good quality food, that's going to narrow the scope even further. I will say that the islands that are further out don't lend themselves to various cuisine options. Let's leave it at that. Filter number 4 is going to be your preference, whether you want a legal ceremony or a symbolic ceremony. 90% of my clients are wishing for a symbolic ceremony. What that means is they get married at home at a courthouse or a small church event, and then they have their celebration at the destination wedding location, the big, reception. If you wanted to do a legal wedding, then that brings in a whole nother can of worms. Some countries require blood tests. Some countries require specific licensing. Some countries require that the contract for the wedding be written in the native language of the country that you're in. Some countries, especially if you're doing a religious ceremony, make you go through the whole rigmarole of applying for permission to use the facilities, et cetera, et cetera. So there is an entire subset of rules and regulations that you want to adhere to. Some countries are easier than others for a destination wedding if you're going the legal route. Now, if you're going a symbolic route, then it's all up for grabs because we can eliminate that legality off the table. By the way, if you're still trying to filter which place you want to get married in and you need a little bit more guidance, just click the link under this video and schedule a call with me. We can discuss which resorts or which countries might work best based off of your vibe and your people's vibes. Okay, and so the last filter, and this is the one that helps me get like the list from here to like here. Like it's immediate, like it immediately shrinks. And that's gonna be whether or not you need adults only or family friendly. So that's the biggest differentiation amongst most of these countries. There are some stunning islands that are breathtaking for destination weddings, but I wouldn't be able to bring my kids to them. They are not kid friendly in the slightest. There are some islands that cater to adults. They don't cater to children. So if you need a kid friendly wedding resort, that's going to eliminate some of these places immediately. And then there are resorts within these countries that are hands down light years ahead of the game in terms of that adult only exclusivity. So if that's your vibe, if that's what you want, then there are certain places that outshine everywhere else in terms of that exclusivity factor if you wanted adults only. So by the way, if you did want an adults only destination wedding, that's when my list goes zoop like that, because seriously, there are very few and far between adults only locations that I would recommend for specifically for a destination wedding. There are some countries that just do it so much better. And by the way, this is a very big decision. This is a very big question to ask. Are we allowing children at our wedding or not? It's a yes or no question. There's no in between. And that decision is really going to set the tone on where you go. By the way, Mexico is my favorite for families. So that's the filters that I use with my clients. Guest travel, budget, the food and experience, the legal versus symbolic aspect, and the kids question. Now, run your top 2 destination weddings through these filters and see which one of them wins. Here's what I want you to do. If you do that, I want you to comment below which one you decided on. Or if you're still deciding between the 2, let me know what they are and I'll help you filter them. I'm curious to see where you guys are leaning. Okay, ready, set, go.